All right. Hi, group members. So this week I wanted to just let you know that I'm almost ready to do my first workshop. Next Wednesday night is going to be my first workshop, and then I'll do another one in another couple weeks. So my workshop is in the final progression or final stages, and before it can be taught. So I really thought that this week and the weeks before helped me to get together my program evaluation forms that I made and helped me to know the specific ethics so I don't try to overcross those or anything, and that I can implement those. And then it also helped me to know how being a family life educator is different than being a family therapist or marriage therapist or something like that. So, week 7, when we talked about the program evaluation forms, to me, the whole purpose of a program evaluation is to just see where people can improve. And for me, it also helps me to know how, as a teacher, I can change up my styles or methods so that the students can better learn. Also, it helps me to know where the students are already at, especially when you do a pre-workshop evaluation. Um, for my personal workshop, I'm not going to do a pre and a post. I'm just going to do a post evaluation form. But those pre evaluation forms can be really helpful so that you don't go over material that that the students already know. And it can help you to know how confident the students are after you've taught them. So for me, I made a an evaluation form that has a 5-point rating system. So it's super easy. It pretty much just asks the students to let me know how how well they agree with a statement that I give them. For example, how confident are you in executing or implementing mindfulness meditation into your life after going through this workshop? And then they would respond maybe with a 5, which means that they really feel confident and agree that um, they they are ready to practice mindfulness meditation in their life. I also included 2 easy questions at the bottom of the form. I asked them what they liked most and what they liked the least in the program. And that'll just help me to know what I can focus on more and what the students really liked and didn't like, and toss that out maybe. Um, and then I wanted to know how I can improve the workshops. So I'm only going to have 2 workshops. So after my first one, I'll try to make some changes a little bit to cater to the needs of the participants in my next workshop. So some things that I want to know are like if the participants thought my activities were helpful, or if they were applicable for them. If they didn't think that they were applicable, then I should toss them out. Or I want to know how comfortable or confident the audience is with using methods that I teach in the class. So I can know where I can go more in depth. Maybe the more complex techniques I'll be able to go into more depth with those. But if they understand them, then I can just spend a little bit of time on them. Also, I really enjoyed the ethics cases that we worked on because it helped me to get familiar with the specific ethics that the family life educators should um, use their practice on and follow. So some dispositions or virtues that I have personally to help uphold ethics and practice, just 3 of them. First, compassion. Second, responsibility. And third, action and change. So with compassion, I feel like I really can love the people that I'm involved with, which will help me to know their needs and what they specifically are looking for as they're being educated. But also, I have the balance to be responsible in those situations and not try to overstep bounds, but stay clear of anything that could harm my practice. And then also action and change. So I don't want to be just an educator, a teacher that just talks and teaches these things and principles, but I don't try to implement them and have personal experiences where I try to change from what I teach. So I want to be one that puts those practices into practice. And then finally, I thought it was really interesting how there was one code of ethics. It was number 17, and it talked about sexuality. And it says, I will encourage family members to explore their values and promote healthy sexuality in their family. And to me, that one's kind of daunting because to me, the world is kind of shifting in their views of what healthy sexuality is. So to be a family life educator and promote such a hot topic that is very controversial would be a challenge. And so I would definitely want to learn more about how I can do that effectively and talk to other family life educators to see how they go about doing that. Finally, in week 9, we learned about how family educators are different from other disciplines. And I thought that was interesting because my workshops are on like cognitive behavioral therapy and like different types of therapy. And so it's like, how is that different than being kind of a counselor or a therapist? But really, just my purpose and responsibility as a family life educator is to educate, teach effectively to the needs of the audience intended, be educated on a variety of family and individual topics, be direct to the participants, and direct the participants to reliable resources, and then be personal, but not too personal that I overstep and start to perform therapy. So my 3 words to describe my role as a family life educator in the future would be first to do valid research, second to educate, and then third to apply and help the students to apply those things into their life. All right, thank you so much. I'm happy to give you feedback on what you've learned. Bye.